In your first shadow cabinet as leader, would Ed Miliband be in that shadow cabinet?
Liz?
I don't know what Ed's going to be doing.
Well, assuming he's an MP, so he's available to serve in a shadow cabinet.
No.
Would you ask him?
I think we need a new generation of people in the shadow cabinet.
So that's
we have got to kind of lead our party away from this catastrophic defeat we've had.
Just to be clear, you wouldn't ask Ed Miliband to be in your shadow cabinet?
I don't know what Ed is doing. I haven't spoken to him. I've had a brief conversation with him.
Assuming that he was willing to serve, would you want him in your shadow cabinet?
I haven't made any decisions yet about who would be in the shadow cabinet. I'm focused on winning this election so that we save our party and can change the country.
I'm taking it that you wouldn't, judging... I mean, I'm reading between the lines here because you won't be straight with me.
I really have not made any decisions about a shadow cabinet, but I think we need a new generation of politicians to help lead us into the future.
So does that mean that Andy and Yvette wouldn't be in it either?
No, they have a massive amount to contribute, but that's what we need. We need to make sure that we have got people in the shadow cabinet who bring experience with them,
well,
but also a fresh,
he was in Gordon Brown's cabinet for 3 years.
You're not going to be able to push me in on saying who would be in my shadow cabinet. Of course you're going to try that. It's your job.
Yet, Andy, because
that is your job, but I'm not going to fall into that trap.
Jeremy, what would your answer be? Yes or no?
I would want Ed to be doing what Ed did very well, which was when he was Environment Secretary, dealing with climate change issues.
So you want him to be Environment Secretary? I would want him to be very involved in those issues. Now, why can't you give an answer like that?
He's got amazing abilities in that area.
Because I have been honest in saying I haven't been giving out. Yes, I have.
You must know whether you want a former leader of your party in your shadow cabinet.
I have not made any decisions about a shadow cabinet yet, and I don't know what Ed wants to do in future.
I know who I'd have in my shadow cabinet. I'm not even an MP.
Oh, well, good. Who would that be then?
You.
Thanks very much.
Andy, can you give me a straight answer?
Well, I like you very much, Ian, but I'm not doing my cabinet reshuffle live on your
So why were you
programme.
laughing when she gave that answer?
Well, because
I make him smile, Ian. I always make him smile.
I mean, you said the other day that you'd have Jeremy in your shadow cabinet, so why can't you tell me if you would
changed his mind?
Ed has got a huge amount to contribute, and I think in time...
But just not in your shadow cabinet.
Pardon?
Just not in your shadow cabinet.
I don't know what he wants to do, and Liz is... we don't know what Ed wants to do, but he's got a massive contribution to make, and in some ways, William Hague, in the same way, kind of made a contribution as leader, went away and then came back. I don't know what Ed wants to do, but I can imagine that he will play a big role in politics.
Every Labour Party member or activist listening to this now or watching us at lbc.co.uk, I think they would like to know what kind of people you would want in your shadow cabinet. You told us on Sunday you wanted Jeremy Corbyn in your shadow cabinet.
Say that.
You did say that because I was watching. Oh, you were joking?
Well, I said I didn't expect to have... Jeremy had just done a whole thing about how the deficit doesn't really... No, definitely not. He's making a very important contribution to...
Why would you joke about it? I mean, it's a simple question.
But I said that after Jeremy had said a long thing about the deficit, which I didn't agree with, that I wouldn't necessarily have him as shadow chancellor.
Are you seriously expecting us all to set out exactly who would be in a shadow cabinet?
I'm not asking for all 20 members, but I think it's an entirely reasonable question to ask. Well, in fact, it's not me asking it. It's Martin in Barnes asking.
Yes, sorry, Martin.
I think he represents a lot of Labour activists and supporters who want to know what you would do with Ed Miliband. Now, Yvette Cooper, can you help us out on this one?
Well, having been asked this question about lots of different people and lots of different questions about the shadow cabinet.
It's not lots of different people. This is your former leader who you served under.
Yeah, but I've just given the same answer, I'm afraid, every single time I've been asked about this, which is to say I am not going to presume on the Labour Party members who are going to be voting.
Let me put it to you all.
You asked about Ed, but you asked specifically about Ed, and I think...
This is exactly why Jeremy Corbyn is shown in this Times poll this morning as way ahead of the rest of you, because he's given me a straight answer to a straight question, and the three of you can't do that.
Why Jeremy's ahead in the poll. I don't think that at all. I think that we have been through a huge trauma as a party in the defeat, and
if you go like this, you're going to go through another one, aren't you? Because if you can't answer simple questions like that, you must have given some thought to.
People want in their leader somebody who is going to be able to apply our values to the world as it is, be a credible government, and not take us back to being an unelectable party of protest.
Right, well, I can see that I'm not going to get an answer out of the three of you.
First of all, to Ken, who is in Luton.
Morning, Boris.
Good morning, Ken.
The thing I've been worrying about is if they're going to run the trains 24 hours at the weekends.
Yes.
When are they going to do the maintenance?